So starting with our program for this second year, starting by the name of God, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. That's what it translates to. It is my privilege to be your MC for this morning, and Salmina will be second MC for the event with me today. My name is Aftab Siddiqui, and I will be welcoming you to Pearland Islamic Center. Feed the hungry, clothe the naked, forgive the guilty, welcome the unwanted, care for the ill, love for the enemies, and do unto others as you would have done unto you. These are the same teachings shared by Islamic and Christianity faith together. Welcome to our second annual celebration and carnival. Every year, we pick a theme for our annual PIC celebrations. Last year, theme was Interfaith Ministries Garden. And this year, theme is our uniformed heroes who protect us away from the harm's way. We have familiar face over here. Welcome, Mayor Tom Reed. A familiar face for the community, Pearland Assistant Police Chief Johnny Spears, who have provided us a safe city to grow, advance, and succeed. Rachel Garza, who is representing Fire Marshal of Pearland, Reverend Jim Liberator, St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, Pastor Reginald Devon, Silver Lake Church, Chaplain Jerry Skinner, and Stacy Gelsman. These are the stars of our community and have dedicated their lives to serve humanity not only through their chosen profession, but also through their dedicated volunteer work in the community. They have thousands of hours put together volunteer work. In addition, I would also like to welcome our Pearland Islamic community family and every church members making an effort to come to our place and making us feel part of the bigger community. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for making us part of a big family. Our program this morning will start by honoring the guests with a bouquet of flowers by little friends who are excited and patiently waiting all morning to do their job.
My little one
Yes.
is with PIC uniform. Yeah, this first game too. Yeah.
Stacy, you will also get one.
That's right.
You're not working right now. Do a selfie.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Great. Very good.
This is Uncle Yusuf. It's recorded, so you have to take it.
I can give to him. Oh, once more.
Thank you very much.
All right, excellent. Give a round of applause for all our guests, please. Thank you. Our theme for program this year is Firefighter and Police Department Heroes. This is a department made up of extraordinary brave men and women who are not afraid to make this world a better and safe place for all of us. Remember the 9/11 heroes. When all citizens were moving away from the burning building, our brave officers and firefighters were moving in and around the building for the safety of our citizens and to protect us from harm's way. One thing to note, the fallen heroes and officers were Muslim, Jews, Christians, and all faith alike. This profession does not know any boundaries. Our heroes are not forgotten, but they will always be part of our life. I would like to take 1 minute of silence in honor of the brave men and women who lost their life defending the United States of America in the war against terrorism. Police officers and firefighters of Pearland, Houston, and 9/11 heroes. 1 minute of silence will be observed. Thank you. Okay, let the program begin. Now I will hand over the mic to, and moving the program forward to Salmina. Salmina?
Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings to you all. I am honored and excited to introduce to you some of the most amazing, diverse, and integral members of our beloved Pearland community, each of whom has prepared a short 5-minute piece to share with you today. First up is the heart and soul of our masjid, Imam Daniel Abdullah Hernandez. He's of Puerto Rican descent. He was born in New York. He accepted Islam in 1999 and studied in Al-Azhar University shortly thereafter. Al-Azhar University is one of the most prestigious Islamic universities and one of the oldest universities in the world. He's also the national speaker for Islam in Spanish, which is an educational organization that seeks to educate about Islam. A few fun facts about him is that he's trilingual, so try out your language skills with him. He speaks Arabic, Spanish, and English, and he also loves basketball, so challenge him to the court.
Okay, so the presentation today will be in Spanglish. All right, so buckle up as the pilot has arrived, right? Let us start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. This program is in honor of our local heroes. And yesterday's sermon was about thankfulness, gratitude towards the Creator, and gratitude towards the creation. And our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, said that he who does not thank the people does not thank the Lord. Again, he who does not thank the people does not thank the Lord. So I want to take this moment not to give a speech. I want to take this moment to personally thank our volunteers. I want to thank the administration of Pearland Islamic Center. I wouldn't be here if they didn't decide to bring me on board. So they deserve a lot of the credit of any success. Also, I would like to thank Reverend Jim Liberatore, Pastor Reginald Devon, Chaplain Jerry Skinner, Porter Stacy Glassman, Mayor Tom Reed, Assistant Chief Police John Spires, Fire Department Raquel Garza, and also give our regards to Ronald Garcias. Also, I would like to thank, in general, the City of Pearland for their support to the Pearland Islamic Center. I also would like to thank, in general, the St. Andrew's Church, Silver Lake Church. I want to thank the Fellowship Bible Church. And I want to thank the attendees for attending. This program would have not been possible without your attendance. Now, my last minute, right? I have one more minute. I want to sacrifice my minute in an application of this thankfulness. So I am thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to God, for blessing me with an opportunity to meet my brother Juan Pablo. Please stand up, join me, and then you guys will figure out why he's here. Juan Pablo, he is a convert to Islam, but he is also a Marine veteran. So I decided to invite him, and I said I will sacrifice 1 minute so that he can share with us his experience with attending this event.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, peace and blessings be on everyone and the whole world. Just a little bit about myself. I am from Colombia. I came here at the age of 10 years old, and after high school, just like following the footsteps of my brother, I joined the United States Marine Corps. One of the best decisions I ever did in my life. I ended up serving in Iraq and Afghanistan as an infantry member. And this event reminds me of the type of brotherhood that we had in the Marine Corps, because we were brothers of different faiths. We had Muslim brothers, we had Christians, Jewish, Buddhists, brothers of all faiths working together to accomplish our mission, not caring what party was in power, or not caring anything, just doing what we were there to do. In my visit to Iraq is when I first met Islam, and I looked into Islam for many years. In the last couple of years, I was looking to find myself, and I found Islam. I found a way of life that has really helped me define my character and to take the words of God into sharing to other people who are lost, even other veterans and people who really need it. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all our heroes, our police members, our firefighters. They deserve as much respect or more than the sacrifice that we do. And thank the Pearland and the whole community for having this event. Thank you all so much, and Assalamu alaikum.
Next up is one of our beloved institutional neighbors, Reverend Jim Liberatore, or as you would say in Italian, Liberatore. He's the pastor of St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, and he served there for 22 years. He's also served in Austin, Baytown, and Houston, and he also sometimes serves as the hospital chaplain. He has a Master's of Divinity from the Seminary of the Southwest. He's passionate about creating avenues for people to serve the community and building lasting relationships. He has been married to his beloved wife, Christine, for 46 years. And they have 2 daughters and 3 grandkids and 1 on the way, right?
And 1 great-grandson.
And 1 grandson, okay. A few fun facts about him is that his undergraduate degree was in chemical engineering, and he's actually a registered engineer in Texas. He has been the watchful neighbor for some time now, and we're excited to have him here today. So please give him a round of applause for Reverend Jim Liberatore.
Thank you.
Grace and peace from God our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. If you look at Christian scripture, over 1,000 times you're going to see mentioned the word serve, service, serving, or servant. Is such a big part of faith life. Jesus Christ, when he said goodbye to his friends at a party just before he died, washed their feet. And he basically said, this is sort of my parting shot with you. This is where life is found, in serving others. I am so grateful that there are people in our lives like police, fire, and rescue that guard and guide and serve us, and often are underappreciated. I can tell you I have two experiences, not here in Pearland, one with a personal fire and one with a church fire. And you talk about the dedication, it's just so important. So I'm so pleased. And then I'm also pleased that we're here as an interfaith community. As Americans, we have to get this right. And we are right here. Finally, I need to do a shout out to the Yost Road Firehouse. Through our very energetic cooking at St. Andrews, they seem to turn up fairly often and know me on a first name basis. So God bless them. God bless them. Thank you.
Our next speaker is the director of Pearland Islamic Center, Dr. Abul Azad. He is a man of many talents. He's one of the founding fathers of this institution. He's also a volunteer chaplain, a Islamic orator, and a father of a 14-year-old. So please give a round of applause for Dr. Azad.
Thank you, Justina. I would call myself father, maybe son of this community, right? This is your father right here. Thank you. I thought about what I was going to write. Usually I write my speeches ahead of time, so hey man, I thought that was my cheat sheet.
It doesn't work that way.
Subhanallah. But I said, today trying to organize this thing. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of volunteers that have come in and help us, and I just didn't have the opportunity to write anything down. But I said, you know what? This is about thanking our officers, thanking our firefighters, thanking our volunteers, thanking all our citizens of this great city of Pearland, our administrators, mayor. It should come from my heart. So I'm going to speak from my heart. I'm going to fumble, so please forgive me. I may say some sentences incorrectly. But, the way this whole business started is the same as the Imam said, which is our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is our teacher, our role model, who said same thing that his Imam said, that if he didn't thank people, that he did not thank God Almighty. So I said, who should I be thanking? Of course, I should be thanking my dad and mom, thanking my teacher, thanking all the people that helped me in my life to be where I am today. And then I thought about, how about those police officers that we see every day? How about those firemen that I see on TV fighting the fire? In Houston, in Pearland, we had people that had died in the way of doing this. Hundreds of officers are killed every year, either shot, hit by a car. They're trying to save us from those people that fallen away from the society. And then I thought about, I said, there's no better way to thank these heroes. So alhamdulillah, I brought it up to our committee, and they loved it. I said, let's do it. This is going to be this year's Spring Festival's theme, that we're going to thank them. And thanks to everybody that's here who graciously agreed to come. Without not them being here, it wouldn't have happened. So I thank you all for coming here. And my appreciation for police officers actually goes way, way, way back. Decades, just to hide my age, I'm not gonna say exactly the years.
How many decades?
That's right. But I wanted to say this, is my grandfather, who himself was a chief of police in a town in India named Tata. Tata is Tata Nagar, they call him. Tata is the place similar to Detroit of Michigan. That's where in India they make the cars and buses and all that. So he was the chief of police there. I was a little guy back then. I used to, looking at him, I used to shake. Because he had that police officer has to be real serious. You know, back then, you had to look, you know, somebody that you look at and I used to hide myself when I see him. But of course that relationship changed. We started watching games together, going to soccer games and things like that. So he reminded me of things that he was out there for. I used to, you know, when I think about a police officer's wife, when somebody dies, officer dies, I see the family, the children that live behind. And it's a vivid memory for me. What my grandmother used to, what used to go through her mind when my grandfather would be out there on the job. There's no guarantee he will come back. Was he able to say his thank you with his wife, my grandmother, and go out there when he went out there? And I had also experience with my uncle who lost in cancer. He was also one of the police officers in Bangladesh. These guys were proud of them. They were pride of our family. They were really pride of our family. And when I thought about that, I said, my police officer in Pearland is pride of the family of Pearland. You guys, the firefighters, are the pride of my family in Pearland, in Islamic Center, in St. Andrew's Church, in Silver Lake, and Fellowship Bible, and everywhere else in Pearland. We thank you guys for what you do. And I want to request all of you, next time you see an officer, thank them, wave at them. If you see them in the center after Friday prayers, because they come, or at the church when they come in the Sunday prayer, thank to them as you drive by. But when, you know, don't do something when they stop you because you're speeding. And then you say to them, by the way, I heard in the Islamic Pearland Center, they said that to thank you guys. I love you. He's about to write his ticket for you. He says, I thank you. No, sincerely thank them. Please say thank you to them, because they are our heroes. Thank you so much.
Can all the servicemen please sit up front from the back?
Yes.
All the policemen and fire marshals and all the service people. Please come to the front row. Yes. Thank you guys.
There's another officer
Oh.
behind you back there.
Oh, come on in, sir. Our next guest is Reverend Reggie Devon, who has a very youthful spirit. He's the founder, pastor, director, and CEO of Silver Lake Church, which is the 5th fastest growing church in the Houston Metroplex. He began his pastorate at Silver Lake Church in the summer of 1995 with only 9 members, which rapidly grew to an access of 8,500 members. He is a beloved husband. His wife's name is Geneva, and he's a father of 3. Fun fact is that he is known to his member through his presence in TV, gospel show, and CD recording. Please give a round of applause to Reggie Devon.
Good afternoon to everyone. And I don't know if I should put this on, I might start preaching. But out of respect for Father, I'm not going to do that today. I am so excited as I give reverence, of course, to Almighty God, and of course Jesus Christ, our Savior, and the Holy Spirit, who have set up residence in our lives. And then of all of these distinguished guests here on the stage. I don't want to start calling names because I can't call all of them, but I do know most of them. And to all of you who are here at the Islamic Pearland Center, it's very much a delight to bring greetings, of course, from the Silver Lake Church, which I consider is a neighbor of this center here. I was sitting in my seat, and of course I don't have a written out speech, but I really want to share this from my heart, simply because I personally feel like heaven looks like this, where all of the different faiths, all of the different races, just everyone coming together. I grew up in a very, very Christian home. My parents taught me to just love people, give them a chance, and just love people, and that's what I do. And so I was excited to be invited here today, simply, first of all, to come and combine our faiths together, then also to thank, of course, some volunteers of this city. And I say volunteers because, of course, they get paid, but to actually put your life on the line and put your time in, to me, it's so very important. I'm just going to share something very quickly. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'm about 50 something, no. I can't get it out, 50, but I will say that I do have a cousin by the name of arthritis. So that might let you know how old I am, and he's with me this morning in my left leg. But I grew up very modest. I grew up in an area, a tough area in Houston called 3rd Ward. But my father, my mother saw fit to make a better way of living for us and a better life for my 2 sisters and I. So we moved to this area called Sunnyside. At the time, it was a great, great area. It was an upgrade. Now it's really one of the, I think, 6 worst areas in the nation now. My parents are 85 years old, and I just need to let Chief know that on the 15th, I am moving my 85-year-old parents to Country Place, Pearland, so they can be safer. So I'm very excited about coming. I'm excited simply because I personally feel, and I'm very biased, I believe that we have the best police department, the best fire department, the best paramedics. I believe in the whole entire nation, simply because, of course, you know that there are bad apples everywhere. There are bad apples in my family, I got Ned DeWino as an uncle, there are bad apples everywhere at Silver Lake Church. There are going to be bad apples, but overall, the people in this police department, this fire department, are just really, really phenomenal. I'm excited, and I feel safe living in Pearland. I'll tell anyone, they know that there are times when I'm traveling. It's a great, great, great feeling to know that I can be out of town, but know that my family is safe, know that my family, once they call, because, there's crime everywhere. There's crime everywhere, but I truly believe that the response time makes the difference. And when you call on this department, whether it's fire, whether it's police, they're there just like that. And they're so quick that makes me think that maybe I'm one of their favorites. I don't know. I'm trying not to be like that, but I truly believe that I have favor. But overall, I'm excited to be here to support, of course, a program such as this, that we can say thank you to these men, and all of these men, of course, are sacrificing their time, sacrificing their lives. I truly believe that we should, like I do every morning, I get up and I pray for every policeman that's serving here in Pearland and abroad, and I pray for every fire a person that's serving here in Pearland as well as everyone else. I'm gonna tell this quick story and then I'm gonna be finished because I don't want to preach. But I am very, very smitten by my daughter, which is 31, getting married at the end of this month. I don't know whether to cry or be happy. I'm sad because she's getting married, but my back pocket is very happy that she's going to be the responsibility of someone else. But I'm smitten by her. I love her to death. She tells me don't tell anybody about this, but I did. I stayed the first week of college. I stayed in the hotel across the street from the university because I didn't know if she would need me or not, you know. And so from that point on, every weekend, I was back and forth to Dallas. I want to just let the police department know that you not only are good police officers, but you have some good police cousins on I-45. Because I never received a ticket, and I was going back and forth, and I know it was going 85 to 90. I believe at one point they just said, he's from Pearland, just let him go out. You know, I truly believe that. But once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the invite. We love you. You know that Silver Lake Church loves you because you're there at our beck and call. So again, we pray blessings upon this department and upon what you're doing and the protection that God will have upon your life. Thank you so much.
And University of Houston with a master's in marriage and family therapy. He's a licensed master social worker and psychotherapist in private practice for 10 years. A few fun facts about him is that he has been involved as a college and high school football official for 37 years, and he plays the keyboard for church-related worship band for over 25 years. Please give a round of applause for Jerry Skinner, the chaplain.
Assalamu alaikum. It's very exciting for us to be here for something like this. Understand that police officers don't generally get the kind of praise that we're used to getting in religious events. It's a very different kind of vocalization usually. My responsibility in the police department is generally when people die. I do many other things in chaplaincy, and my esteemed brother, Dr. Izul, his issues with working in the hospital are the same that I deal with working with the police department, working in law enforcement. What I will tell you is that seeing something like this and being a part of something like this is a perfect reason and a perfect way of being able to show the entire community and the entire world that unity and peace are a part of what we all want. You hear a lot of people saying a lot of political things all the time. Well, I'll say to you is without peace there can't be unity, and without unity there can't be peace. And there are so many great examples that have happened just in this cluster of people right here today. Unity is your beloved imam contacting the police department and saying, should you ever have someone who is Muslim and dies in the community, give me a call, I'll help you out with it. Because honestly, many chaplains and many police officers don't understand post-death rituals that are observed in Islam, and it might concern them. So that's an example of unity. Unity is exemplified by the fact that I would have liked to have gotten up here and give you the full welcome in Arabic, but knowing I can't. That's unity. Unity is my riding with a police officer at 2 o'clock in the morning and driving down Garden Road and my saying, why are we going back up in this woods here like this? And around the corner we came, and here was the Pearland Islamic Center. That's how I was introduced to your congregation. And the officer said, well, this is a mosque here in Pearland now, and you know how things are. We got to protect them like we protect everyone else. That, my friends, is unity. So I'll tell you, and I will thank you on behalf of the police department, how grateful we are that you're extending this kind of honor to us, because it's always great to see that we are a part of unity and peace in a community. Thank you.
Our next guest is actually Stacy Glassman. She's a woman of many hats. She's the editorial staff at Houston Community Newspaper, specifically covering the Pearland area. She has a master's in psychology and is a former counselor. As you can see, she's already playing several roles. Not only is she here on work duties, but she's also a guest. So please give a round of applause for Stacy Glassman.
I'm special. Hi, everybody. As she said, I work for the Houston Community Newspaper South Office, which we cover 5 different areas down here: Pearland, Friendswood, Deer Park, Pasadena, and Bay Area. But about, I guess, a little over 3 years ago, I was part of my neighborhood watch where I live in West Pearland. And 2 of my neighborhood watchers, a married couple, they kept telling me, man, you gotta go through the Citizens Police Academy at Pearland PD. I'm like, well, I don't know if I wanna give up every Thursday night for 12 weeks, you know, it just sounded like a lot, so I didn't do it. But the next cycle, because it's offered twice a year at the police department, the next cycle I did attend. I was class 37, and it changed my life, really. I mean, I've always been a supporter of law enforcement, but when you go through the CPA and you learn about what these men and women really do on a day-to-day basis, and then you get to help out with that kind of stuff, you really see what not only they, but their families go through every day. There's been, you know, you say, oh, you know, this is Pearland, that stuff happens in Houston. No, it happens here too. Whatever you can think of, it happens here too. And so just so happy to have been a part of that CPA. I'm part of the Alumni Association now, joined that. I'm also a board member of the 100 Club of Pearland, which provides accidental death and disability insurance to all of our Pearland police officers specifically. So we're a little bit different in that way. And I also coordinate events for the Pearland Police Officers Association. So really involved in that, and I've just seen some amazing things. And these guys have become a good family to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm so glad to see that we're extending our family here. Thank you so much for having us.
Our next guest is Dr. Irfan Saoud. He's one of the founding members of the Pearland Islamic Center. He was also very involved with the masjid construction, and not many of you know this, he's not always that serious. He's actually pretty fun-loving. So please give a round of applause for Dr. Saoud.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You know, after speaking all these great speakers, my kind of hands are sweating a little bit. So I'm asking my creator to help me to speak. So please forgive me if I budge or fudge or something, other words Brother Azad used. I was at work yesterday, and I work in the hospital. And one of my colleagues asked me, how are you, Irfan? I said, literally, I am the most blessed person on the face of this earth. He said, why you said that? I said, did you go to ICU? I'm breathing on my own. I walked on my own this morning. I ate myself and didn't pay a penny for that. I switch the light on, the bill comes down. I turn my air condition down to make it cooler, the bill goes higher. My wife cooks an extra dish, the bill goes higher. But all these blessings that I have, I don't pay a penny. So that's why I am the most blessed. And trust me, the Pearland community, you are the most blessed to have these people in front of you. Now, if you say the administration did this, or if I say that I helped build the masjid, yes, that is maybe a minor factor, but really the blessing comes from the Creator. Somebody made effort entire their life and did not get anywhere. And somebody just did a little bit and he got everything. So what is it? Is it intelligence? To me, it is not. Yes, you're going to lay down and wait for the Creator to do something like that. That doesn't happen either. So the Creator have asked you to make effort, and then things will happen. I came to this country with few bucks in my pocket, and if somebody would have told me that you will live in your own house and you'll be a part of Pearland community and I said, you must be crazy. Are you out of mind? I don't even have a $20 bill in my pocket for tomorrow. What are you talking about? But all I did just made effort. And of course, people around me was giving them best wishes. It was a time, me and Brother Jamal is one of the person of the community who helps in accounting, were sitting in the Pearland construction, Pearland city offices trying to get a permit. About maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Didn't have a clue. The masjid is built, but we were trying to make sure that we are meeting all the regulations, all the requirements. And my beloved brother Yusuf, who is the great person that I always try to look at it to see that how much he has done for this community. I have come in the morning at 5:30 in the morning. I saw him in the office. I came at 10 p.m. in the summer to pray my night prayer. He is sitting in the office. I said, Brother Yusuf, you didn't go home? No, I just decided to do some work, and there are some people come and met with me and so on and so forth. I did not see that only once. I've seen multiple times. That is a blessing. That's why we are all blessed. And most of the time when I get close to the police officer is just because they stop me or something happened on the traffic. But I'm so happy to see them in the different environment today. They are all smiling, and I am not even running or I'm not even driving. So this is really a blessing to see all that. And hear from the church associates whose job is to guide people who should and the light. It is really a blessing to have that. So today I'm changing the sentence. I am not only the most blessed person on the face of this earth, you all are the most blessed person on the face of the earth. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Dr. Uzma Khan. She's a pharmacist, a youth coordinator, and she's super young at heart. Oh, also, she has been the organizer for the health fair for the last 2 years, which has now turned into the Shifa Clinic. So please give a round of applause for our Dr. Khan.
Thank you so much, Salmina. Assalamu alaikum. Dear honored guests and community members, I wanted to take this opportunity and, did I turn it off? I'm sorry. I wanted to take a moment to extend a warm welcome to everyone who is visiting us for the first time this afternoon for our annual Spring Carnival. Our administration and volunteers have worked very hard for our community members to cultivate and grow meaningful and positive relationships between one another. I have been the Pearland Youth Group Coordinator for the past 6 years and have seen our youth group grow tremendously. We used to host 2 meetings every month and talk about social and religious problems that the youth were encountering on a daily basis. We were available to nurture any issues and build on creating a strong Muslim identity. We are currently working on a youth program with our Imam Hernandez. It's called The Real Talk, where we have a family therapist come and discuss real teenage issues with our youth. I'm sorry. Yeah. We have also started the health fair about 2 years ago, where we provided services to educate individuals on their health. We also provided free medical services for our uninsured. This has led to the Shifa Clinic services that we hold every week now, alhamdulillah, at the masjid. Thank you for coming and sharing today with us. We hope that the fellowship and love that you experience here today with us will continue to echo in your lives in the days and years that lie ahead. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mayor Tom Reed. He's a native Houstonian who grew up in Central Texas and moved to Pearland with his family in 1965. He has 2 children, both of whom are attendants of Pearland schools. He has a history of regional participation and fosters unity and harmony among faith traditions. He has been one of the biggest supporters of the Pearland Islamic Center since its inception. Some interesting facts about him is that he supervised and managed complex projects with a sizable staff and tight budget on the Gemini, Apollo, Skylab, among other space shuttle programs. Please give a round of applause for Mayor Tom Reed.
Good. There it is. Thank you. Good afternoon. I think this is very special. You know, I'm here with a very special feeling because I look at Father Jim and my good friend from the Silver Lake Church, and I look at Joseph, who started all of this out here, you know, and I think about something that's very special. I think a relationship. Father Jim probably didn't know that I was at the groundbreaking and ribbon cutting of your church. And the same thing with your church too, Silver Lake Church. I was at the groundbreaking and cut the ribbon on that particular church. And it was a great feeling. And I had the honor of being at the groundbreaking and the ribbon cutting of this church. So I think there's a bond that has been established in that way. And I think it's very special. You know, America is a very special country in that we're all immigrants. My ancestors came from Scotland. And that's why I'm Presbyterian. And we have people from all over the world have come in. And as you probably know, several years ago, the Census Department said that Houston has stolen the diversity capital of the nation from Chicago and New York. But they said that since Houston is one of the most diverse communities in the United States, there are 2 other cities that are even more diverse than Houston. That is Missouri City and Pearland. And there's something special about people coming into America. They come from people all over the world, and they come in from bringing their backgrounds and their environment that they lived in or were born in. They come to America and they become Americans. We become something very special, and that is a bonding group of people who have diverse ideas and diverse opinions, but we also have a strong sense of law enforcement and respect for each other. And people coming into America become really different. And when they go back home, they think it's sometimes I'm a little different than I thought I was when I left. So I think it's very special that we're doing something like this today because last year, remember, we did the garden out here, and I looked at it when I got out of my car. The first thing I did was walk over and check the garden. And it is a tribute to this organization that you are establishing your place in our community. And I think it's something very special when all of us in America are bonded together with the idea that it's a land of the free and home of the brave. And speaking of that, the young Marine that was up here a little early, I was in the U.S. Navy, so we have a little bonding going there too. And I'm very appreciative of that. When we talk about what is our responsibility as a mayor, or as a leader of the Islamic Society, or as a member of the police department, the ministry, the fire department, or any of the facilities that are open to the public, we have a responsibility, and that is that everybody's treated the same way. The bad are treated the same as the good, and we try to work and try to make the bad better. And that's something that we have to work hard on. And I think it's a challenge that all of us have today, in that we have a world that seems, I was taught in high school that it was in geography, that it was a round world, but I found out it's really flat. And because it is flat, we have communications back and forth with probably very few restrictions on how we transfer ourselves from one country to the other. But we are Americans, all of us. Everyone in this room is an American. And we are from all over the world, and we represent what the best of the world has when we come to this country and become what we are. And I think it's very important that we remember that in our afterlife, we're going to see people up there we didn't think should be up there. We're going to be up there. It's going to be a small world there as well as it is here. But Joseph, I think when we first met, this facility was something, it was a dream, and it is built, and I think I have a strong sense of pride in what I see here, looking at the facility. Understand you're going to duplicate it off to the side. Joseph and I have been talking about the possibility of doing something more in the way of a medical facility here, where it could be open to the general public, access, and I think it's an outreach that I think you have a number of medical people that can staff that. And I think coming to an organization such as this temple, I think bring together something very special in our community. You know, we are close to 140,000 people in Pearland today. I moved here when it was only 4,000. So I've watched it grow, and I've seen so many positive things that are taking place, and so many wonderful people that are becoming a part of what we call the city of Pearland. Our police department and our fire department are very special. You know, when you have a police department, I go to all of their new hires, the swearing-ins of the new employees, and also those that are promoted, and those that leave. We don't have many people leave. They retire after a while, which I think is a real plus for us. We originally had a fire department and a volunteer fire department and a volunteer emergency medical department. We felt that by combining those two, we could have the best of both worlds in service in the fire department. And when you see what has been happening in our fire department and the new fire stations going up and the facilities that we're putting in place, it gives you a strong sense of comfort to know that when the fire goes off, someone's going to put it out pretty soon. And our police department, Captain Spires and I, Chief Spires and I go around quite frequently and visit other organizations. And I want to tell you something. Our police department has a reputation that everybody is beginning to know all over the country. Don't mess up in Pearland, they'll come get you. And they do, all the way to Louisiana, Oklahoma, it doesn't matter. Don't mess up in Pearland, they'll come get you. And I think that's wonderful, because that means that you and I should have a strong sense of comfort to know that when I have a emergency of sort that is a police or issue, there'll be a policeman there. And when you have a little fire problem, you would have a fire department there. We are here to serve. Pearland is very delighted to have the mix of churches and facilities. We have something like, I counted them the other day, we have close to 7 different religious facilities in Pearland. Like the Monashi Temple, for instance, is out there, and this facility here. We have a number of Christian facilities in Pearland. We have a Jewish group and so forth. But you start at a Buddhist group here in Pearland. When you start putting it all together, it looks like America, doesn't it? It looks like Pearland, doesn't it? And I think that's very special. But I'm very delighted to be a part of this today because the world has changed an awful lot, and I think that we want to make certain that we become a model of how our communities can come together and be brothers and sisters and work together to make sure that our community is something very special. We are working on the model. We have a lot more to go, but I think we started with what a good step with the garden out here. And today we have another facility, another operation here to recognize those people who serve. So thank you for giving me a chance to be a part of this. I'm out here quite frequently. I drive by once in a while to make sure everything's still percolating. And it's still beautiful. You have taken well care of this place. It makes me have a sense of pride when I buy by. So thank you so very much.
All right. Since everybody is bragging about Army, Navy, my wife is also here, ex-Captain U.S. Army.
Oh, Army.
There she is.
Yeah.
Come in the front.
Yeah, he is
All
too.
right. So, retired captain from the U.S. Army. Excellent. No, I know who is the boss in the house. It's not me. Don't worry about it.
We're all in agreement.
Okay, so moving on, and we'll get Mayor Tom Reed to read the proclamation. And Mayor Tom Reed, all yours.
Thank you. I'm ready. You know, mayors do proclamate quite frequently, and we have so many things to recognize in Pearland that I do an awful lot of proclamations. As a matter of fact, I have 6 sitting on my desk that are scheduled to give over the next at least 3 weeks. But this one today is for the police officers and firefighters Appreciation Day in Pearland. Whereas as a nation, we rely on our law enforcement officers and firefighters to keep our neighborhoods safe, enforce our laws, and they are seen as models of courage and integrity as they maintain the peace and safety across our city. And whereas the Pearland Islamic Center, the St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, the Silver Lake Church, and the Fellowship Bible Church have united to honor our first responders for their service and sacrifice with a very special Appreciation Day. And whereas our police officers and firefighters routinely put their lives on the line each day while on patrol or on calls for a fire, and the citizens recognize and appreciate the contribution they make to the safety of life and property in our community. And whereas the 2016 Police Officers Firefighters Association Day recognizes the dedication of our first responders and the threats of violence and danger they encourage against and encounter in the line of duty, and how they have touched our lives on a daily basis as they serve the citizens of Pearland. And now, therefore, I, Tom Reed, by the power vested in me as the mayor of this fine city of Pearland, Texas, do hereby proclaim police officers, firefighters, and Firefighters Appreciation Day in Pearland, and I ask all citizens both near and far to join with me as we recognize the contribution of our police officers and firefighters to our community as they protect our lives from crime and make our homes safer from fire, and their dedication and service in the time of need is greatly recognized and appreciated by the citizens of Pearland. And this was given under my hand and seal as 9th day of April 2016 as your mayor, Tom Reed. And it was a great deal of pleasure that I did this.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Brother
I'll
Aldon.
present this to you, and
Yes.
yeah, we could probably get a photo out of this.
Yes, we should.
We could probably get a photo out. Let's move over just a little bit. Get up behind that.
Selfie out of this.
I got a selfie.
There we go.
No, we need a
Because
photo, not a
sometimes
selfie.
photographers don't share their pictures.
You're not my Facebook friend, are you?
I'll add you to that
Okay.
before we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
I think it's great. We had 14 photographers and one selfie.
Selfie. I'll take
For the
that.
record,
And this should, remain as a document of unity, also of all the faith institutions in Pearland. Thank you so much.
So you just heard from Director of Pearland on the acceptance of proclamation. I would like to invite Johnny Spears. Spires.
Ours.
To receive his plaque.
Oh, great.
And the mayor will read that for us.
Yet I've noted talking to the back row. Can you hear me back there? It's probably better than the mic. Oh, thank you. That's good. Community Service Award presented to Pearland Police Department in grateful appreciation of your outstanding dedication and exemplary service to our Pearland community with thanks and gratitude. And April the 9th, 2016. And Johnny, where are you? I'm right here. Oh, here. Come over a little better here. 14 cameras and one selfie. Come
Another
on.
selfie? Go ahead and do your selfie.
Don't worry, you can,
I could do that for you.
No, you don't.
it's okay. Yeah. If not, I won't be at school, so.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
1 second.
Good plan.
Your acceptance.
I made the font really big. First, in case we forgot anybody, are there any other, I'd like anybody who served in the military, please stand up so you can be recognized, please. Thank you. I stand before you as a very proud, humbled, appreciative, and blessed man today. Proud son of a United States retired Navy man, proud father of a United States Marine currently deployed in Japan. I've been proud to serve citizens of Pearland for almost 27 years, and especially proud to be the assistant chief for about 16 years now. You all said a lot of great things about us today, and we really appreciate it. I want you to know that the men and women of the Pearland Police Department work so hard. Lieutenant Lopez, Officer Jason Wells here, and I hadn't seen anybody else. I think there's some outside. These men and women work so hard every day to be very professional, to serve you day in and day out. I want to thank Mr. Azad for inviting me back. I was here last year, and I reviewed my speech from last year, and the font was a lot smaller. I don't know what happened. I couldn't read it. Anytime I speak to the public, one of the things I really like to talk about, and what I talked about last year while I was here, was the police department and the community being one. we all work together for the same goal and the same purpose, and that's to keep our community safe. It was said a long time ago by Sir Robert Peel that we cannot do this, police departments cannot do this alone. Citizens are the police and the police are the citizens. That means we are all working together for a common bond and to keep crime out of our communities. And it's the only way we can be successful is if we have that relationship with our community. So since that time of last year, a couple of great things have happened. I invited you to come spend some time with us at our Citizens Police Academy, and I was told that some of you have done that. And it really made my heart feel good that you took our invitation and you came in, you got to know us, learn about your police department and learn about your community. So I was very happy to hear that you took that invitation, and I'm inviting anybody here today that has not been involved in our CPA to come take part in that program. The other thing I was very happy to hear about, or something that happened, is right now our department is going through a transitional period. You know, we are growing just like our community, and we have hired some outside consultants to come in and really look at our organization and how we do things and if we can do things better, and also to see what we're going to need in our future. Well, one of the parts of this staffing study was they wanted to meet with members of our community. So they wanted 4 different meetings. One of my ideas was to meet with the religious leaders in our community to get their opinion about how their police department was performing and what they thought we need in the future. And it was a great meeting. And what came out of that meeting was everybody that was in that meeting was here today. So it was the lady that was doing the survey came out and said it was very positive, but she had to leave because they just kept networking and talking so much that she didn't think the meeting was ever going to get over. So I was very proud to see those two things happen because it brought some of our churches together, and it brought them all to the police department, which I thought was great also. And now those relationships are growing and prospering, and our relationship being here today is also doing the same thing. So I was very proud of all that. The police department will never quit working to serve you. Our relationship with the department grows, and we can all work together to make Pearland safe. Once again, thank you very much for inviting us here today. I'm very proud to work for the City of Pearland. Very proud of the officers that work for us and work for you every day. Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Get your flag. Big thing to do. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, now we will be handing over to Tom Reed, Mayor Tom Reed, for the fire marshal.
Fire department. Yeah, fire department.
So, fire department.
Yeah, good. Let me present this. Aren't these beautiful? That is just very special. These are very special. I might steal this and take it home with me. Community Service Award presented to the Pearland Fire Department in grateful appreciation of your outstanding dedication and exemplary service to our Pearland community. With thanks and gratitude from the Temple, and I think it is such a wonderful, it's dated April the 9th, 2016. And for the fire department, and if we step forward, we'll.
That's behind you there. I think I need a stool.
I need to look a little lower here.
I had to take my boots off, I'm not as tall.
Oh, good. Let's get this thing. Okay, photographers.
You guys know the routine, right?
So we do it special for you.
There you go. Another routine after. Once they're done, we give them a certificate.
Thank you.
Okay, I would like to invite Rachel Garza to say a few words.
Thank you. I apologize if y'all cannot see me back in the back. I had to take my boots off, so I'm quite a bit shorter. Just to start off with, we definitely from the fire department, from our whole fire department, we are about 150 employees. That goes from our operations all the way to our admin building. We also have code enforcement And like he said earlier, the fire marshals, we all work together. I can stand on my tippy toes if I need to. So it definitely is a privilege to be invited out here. Thank you very much for what y'all have done. So one of the things I just wanted to talk to y'all what we do, or pretty much what I do, is anything community-based. We are always trying to get out into the community to educate. So I know they've talked about it earlier. So if y'all did not know, the EMS and fire department, we're two separate departments. So here within the last couple of years, we have merged and we are now one big department. Which means we have a lot more employees. We should be able to hit a lot more of our community. So again, our thing is to go out and educate. We do a lot of education throughout the community with our teens. We have car seat inspections for the children, and we are right now trying to hit our elderly community. That's one of the communities I don't know why we seem to kind of forget about, which we shouldn't. So if there's ever anything that the fire department can do for y'all, please give us a call, and we can help y'all however we can.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to invite Wu to say a few words from the Army.
Assalamu alaikum. May peace be upon you. My name is Officer Wu. I work for the Harris County Sheriff Department. And first time when I tell people my name is Officer Wu, they say, who? I say, who? And they say, who? I say, have you been watching in Rush Hour 3? Yes, I have a very unique last name. But once you get to know me, you're probably not going to forget for a long time. I was in U.S. Army for 7 years. I was in combat in Iraq, Ramadi, Fallujah, and I was in South Korea. I was in Kuwait. I got a little bit of injury. You know how it is. So we got injury. I got injury and became disabled vet. But I do not stop. I work for the, after I get out, I work for the Tarrant County Sheriff Department as a detention officer. Then I moved to Pearland because Pearland is so famous that we can hear from Fort Worth downtown. How nice the Pearland. So every time we come and visit to our relatives in Pearland, they always talk about, you know, people are moving to Pearland. Really? How many people this year? You know? So I say, okay, I keep coming. And one day I decided, I told my wife, I said, I think it's time for us to go to Pearland. So I got a chance to buy a house over there in Evelyn Terrace. And I started working for Harris County Sheriff Department. I do not stop. I keep going, keep going. Still, I love working with the law enforcement. So once I was going to working in the Harris County Sheriff Department, I met brother over here, brother Tuari, brother over there, and I found the masjid over here, and I was very grateful that you know, they welcomed me, and I became part of this community. And also, I feel really safe because in Evelyn Terrace, we got 3 Pearland police officers live there. 3 of them. And 50 years from my house, there's 1 police officer. So I was like, wow, these people are really everywhere. Anyway, I respect them so much that one day I decided that, hey, you know what? Why don't I become a police officer? So I decided to go to, right now, I am currently in UHD, Police Academy right now. And I will graduate on September 5th, hopefully, passing the TCO. And I was talking outside with one of the police officers, or Pearland police officer, and he makes me think something really deeply. He said, you know, it's good to have a guy like you working for us because that way we know, you know, we can understand the culture better, we can be more united about this. I really think about that, you know. So You will remember my name. So, I'm
Who's gonna be on rush hour 4?
So, some people ask me, oh, you are almost 40 years old, and why do you want to be a police officer? I say, I just want to be the servants of the public. That's all. So that's why I respect them so much, because we, as a civilian point of view, we go to work, we take care of kids, hey, drop the kids at the school, do this, do that. But wait a minute, we forget about these people who are in law enforcement. They have kids, they have wives, they have spouses, but they behind everything. They come on the road, patrolling, catching the bad guys, and then, when they come home, when their spouse asks them, how you doing, honey? And they just give a fake smile and they say, I had a great day. But believe me, the life they're going through, you have to respect them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, last but least, and one more member left, and after that, you will have lunch. So before that, I would like to invite Brother Elias. The first thing to do is to fall in love with your work. That fits perfect for Brother Elias. I was here late last night, and I can see Brother Elias working non-stop. This morning I came in, I see Brother Elias the same way. So welcome, Brother Elias. Take a few minutes. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, MC Aftab. I'll not go for hours, inshallah, because it's almost close to the end, and maybe people are hungry. So let me say a few words and then finish up for the next session. Assalamu alaikum all, peace be on you. So what a good morning, now it's afternoon. So what we started in the morning now, so what a good afternoon today. Because it is so excited or so great for at least few reasons. Two of them is it's a multi-faith program and also multicultural program. I will quote from the Holy Quran, Quran says, had your Lord willed, he would have made all the people a single community, but they will continue in their difference. So that is perfect, because our God did not will to make one community. So we are multi-faith, multi-community, multicultural people is here. So that made us unique, and this program is also very unique. And our Imam Abdullah already mentioned, Prophet says, those who does not love people, they do not love the Lord. So that is our belief. Muslim belief says we have to love people or thanks, give appreciation to the people. The way we do, sometimes if you see a Muslim says, okay, after a good thing, Jazakallah khairan. What does that mean? May Allah reared you well also. So we say that. So today we saw a lot of good words from all these dignitaries. So I will officially, although our people already thanked them, but I will do at the end very official thank you also. So I will thank all those dignitary people here today, starting from Mayor Tom Reed, then Police Assistant Chief, let me say this, Mr. Suarez, and then Reverend Jim, and then our Reggie Devon, and then who else is here? Then we have our fire department, Garcia, and then we have Pearland PD officer a Jerry Skimmer, and then and a few others I will not say thank you to our Imam because he's already part of our member. I will not say thank you, Brother Yusuf,
I know you heard my sermon.
Police, our brother I said, right, is that right? All those policemen who are on duty here, and especially I will thank our people, like those people who were working behind this so for months. So that is, they are, especially Brother Samir, like you see, like he's the man behind all those activities happening here. He's hiding right now. And since last year, when we started our program, we found suddenly, two people came from the sky, like Brother Umair and Brother Fawad. Where are those?
They fell off already.
So we started our program since last year, and these two brothers, they recently moved that time in Houston and Pearland. So they're very happy part of this program, and we are continuing on, and they're so excited. And then all those people like Sister Shabana, that her team, all those our people like Brother Azad, he is our is boss. But anyway, but all the people who are working in the behind and in the ground, and people are working. Shabana was so busy she could not come here to speak. So we are so proud. And also this morning, like Jim, Father Jim, he said like his volunteer will be ready here. So at 9:30. They came, I was here at 9:30, they came before 9:30. So we are so happy, like you saw the dedication for the volunteer. They said, yeah, they will be here all day, no problem. So I was worried, like whether we'll have enough volunteer. Now we have more than what we need. So I'm happy to be part of this community. And then what wonderful people here. Whenever you ask some help, you are like a tremendous help is coming towards. So recently, like we see, I also thank our journalist, like I forgot your name, Stacy. So I didn't tell you because it will not come. Then the Houston, like our local journal. So what a beautiful article, and also from Houston Chronicle, another article. So we are so inundated with so many media coverage. I hope this bond will be longer, and especially Pearland Police, and they know we are helping them to put some security together here. They know recently we had some incident, but we are helping them. We are doing our part, and they will be doing their part, inshallah. So I will not go further anymore, and there will be outside the volunteer. I will not give them thank. We'll maybe at the end of the day we'll make another thank you for them, because we have a second half program all day long until 6 o'clock. So they're busy, and then I hope all those guests who are here, they will also enjoy part of the program. And please, our dignitaries, you can take a moment here. We'll guide you the tour where to go, and all other. There are so many stalls for food. If you are hungry, you can buy your lunch. You can. There's a variety of lunches are here. I think we did not mention. We see one face here, Brother Vasil Koper. He is one of the men who was behind the move, and we moved here this masjid. He was the man in charge at that time. So he was late here, so. So I will officially say, like maybe the program is this session is the end here,